Hurts, slant, Brown, lunge, touchdown Philadelphia. A.J. Brown snatched it out of the air for the score. Checks wing, well hit ball, and there it goes. Number 300 for Ken Griffey Jr. One of the youngest ever in the major leagues to reach the 300 home run plateau. Bothered by Lou. Iverson. How about that? Steps over Teron Lou. 7 straight points by Iverson.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Louis Sports Network. Usually this is not what I'm doing as of late because of how long it's been. Sorry for a little bit late, but I was watching the Lakers and the Knicks game, but this is another episode, man. So before we get started, y'all already know what the deal is. Make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure your notifications are turned on, make sure you're sharing on your social media platforms. Truly appreciate it. Apologize for a little bit late, but I was watching that Knicks game. I was getting into it, and I honestly thought that the Lakers were going to pull away, but somehow the Knicks got themselves back into the game. Both teams are in the penalties, so I put the link in the chat for people who want to come in and honestly talk about this. The theme of the video today is the pros and cons of longevity, starring Kareem and LeBron James. I do have G Money as a guest. I don't know if he's available right now, but I sent them the link earlier. Guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, make sure to share. What I can do is also I can talk a little bit about the game. You know, I don't have to necessarily just make it all about the Bron and Kareem longevity. So right now the Lakers are winning 108-106 with 4 minutes remaining. So AD just got the ball. AD actually traveled, but he's going to get the foul call. Both teams are in the penalty, and he's going to go to the free throw line to shoot too. Shout out to Ryan in the building. What's up? What's going on? Guys, hit the like, share the stream. Michelle's daughter says, hey, can't stay, but just saying, hey, that's no problem. That's my Bronx homie right there. Shout out to you, Michelle's daughter. Appreciate you. Hope everything is good with you out there in Arizona. My Bronx sister, as I always like to call her, man. Appreciate you being here, even though you can't stay long. So always saying hi, always showing support. Appreciate you coming on in. AD at the free throw line. LA up 109-106 with 3:58 remaining. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the game before we get into the topic. I think it was interesting. I mean, I could have did the Lakers and Knicks, but I'd rather watch it than anything. And AD makes both, and the Lakers are up by 4, 110-106. Definitely appreciate y'all. All right, man. 3:53 remaining. Here's Jalen Brunson with the ball coming up on the left side of the floor, right side of the floor, excuse me. He penetrates on Rui Hachimura. Wow, AD just got faked by Julius Randle, but Bakante just froze. Oh, what a pass by Grimes. Oh, my God. What a no-look pass over the shoulder by Quentin Grimes to Hartenstein. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. LeBron got to take over this game, man. The Lakers are actually leading the league in points per game since November 26. They were 20th in the league. AD misses the shot that could have put him up by 4. The Knicks can take the lead in this possession. Here's Jalen Brunson. Dribbles in and around. Oh, yeah, he saw AD. Wow, he wanted the 3, but he couldn't get it. Hartenstein dribble handoff. There's a lot of them. The Knicks do a lot of dribble handoffs. I noticed that about their offense. Here's Randle. Kicks it out quickly with the fake. He shoots. That's for the tie because he wasn't. Hartenstein, beautiful tap. Brunson, oh, what a fake. What a kick out. Grimes for the lead. Oh, no, but he gets his own rebound. Nope. Reset. You got why Randall took that shot. That was stupid. They got lucky. Wait. Give it to Brunson. Yeah, the Knicks are getting them offensive rebounds, man. It's crazy. Shout out to Earl Phillips in the building. Appreciate you. Fans on their feet, man. You got ourselves a good one. Brunson for the lead. No. Oh, and that's a foul. That's a bad foul. And LeBron's going to shoot free throws. So we got ourselves a good one. That was a beautiful over-the-shoulder pass by Quentin Grimes, though. Penetration, look at that. Whoop! Took AD out of position on that one. That was a beautiful pass. Beautiful pass. All right, man. LeBron at the free throw line. He's got a triple-double, his third at the Garden. 110-108. 2:18 remaining in the fourth. LeBron calmly knocks down the first free throw. Lakers lead by 3. Who do I take? Jalen Brunson or Fred VanVleet in the playoffs? Give me Jalen Brunson over VanVleet because Jalen Brunson can create his own shot and he can shoot from anywhere on the floor. VanVleet mostly shoots threes. He can penetrate, but I feel like Jalen Brunson could get to his spot better than VanVleet, though. So I would take Jalen Brunson over him. Nice move by Jalen Brunson right there. 111, 108. Grimes, what a crossover. Well, you got to control the ball, though, because you look like you was going to give up a turnover. Brunson crosses over, shoots. That's a tough shot. Nope. Randall got pushed off. Anthony Davis got hurt again. Oh, man. Jesus. Wait, is he able to run the floor? Oh, man, he landed on his knee. Jesus. Oh, you let LeBron open. Oh, dagger. You got to conduct. Don't just think he's going to make he's not going to make it. You got to. Anyway. Well, LeBron gives the Lakers a 6-point lead, and the Knicks took a timeout with under 2 minutes remaining. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. Anyway, with LeBron trying to get the record, reminds me of 2016 Warriors when they broke the record, but in the playoffs they were out of gas. Yeah, I mean, looks like I got a little good. That was a little bit of a confusion there. Yeah, so the topic is talking about, again, pros and cons on longevity. I left the link. If anybody wants to come in. This is about LeBron and Kareem. And we're talking about the benefits of longevity and then what are the nots and then pretty much the disadvantages, advantages and disadvantages of longevity. And it pertains to LeBron because LeBron, I believe, is now 90, what is it, maybe 91 or 90 points away from the record, from the all-time scoring record. There's still plenty of time. The Knicks are only down 2 possessions. They just got to score quick. I just think it's going to be tough. I think this is where the Knicks probably going to falter. Once again, that was a foul. Lakers got away with one there because both teams are in the penalty, so you got a minute and a half. Jalen Brunson, 32 points on 23 shots. I mean, but he's the best offensive player on the team. It's not even Julius Randle because Jalen Brunson is way more efficient, knows how to get to his spots. LeBron could ice it right here, honestly. Just take another one. That's it. Oh, he missed it. Oh, but they can't get the rebound. Nope, that's Nick Ball. Yeah. Rui could have handled it. Yeah, the Knicks got plenty of time. Oh, yeah. Yep. You think so? In what way? That's a tough shot by Brunson, but he was able to get the offensive rebound. Oh, what a pass. Oh, my God. How did he find him? And it's a 2-point game again. All the Knicks got to do is play defense. The Lakers better be careful that this game doesn't go to overtime because if it does, I think the Knicks win this game. I pick the Lakers to win. The Knicks have 12 offensive rebounds, and they have 13 second chance points. The Lakers got to close it out here. LeBron. No. Why is LeBron taking threes? Oh. No. They got to try to get a good shot here. Oh, Brunson for the tie. And the Lakers blew us lead. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Knicks on a 6-0 run. And we got 24 seconds, so there's no shot clock. All the Lakers need is a 2. They don't even need a 3. It's kind of the point where you got to let them be ignorant, though. Yeah. Yeah. I just saw it. I'm watching the game literally as right now. I might even add the scoreboard just for the fun of it. You know, let me just do that. I think that'll be nice. Let's add it. Who's playing tonight? Oh, New Orleans and Denver. Damn, New Orleans is really falling off, man. This team is almost in now at the nearly at the play-in now. Well, the Knicks asking them to play great defense is going to be hard because the problem is both teams are in the penalty. And I'm kind of wondering if there's going to be another foul call down the stretch that will decide the game. So we'll have to see if they call it. If they don't, we could be looking at another situation. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely see if that's the case. Wait, what just happened? Whoops. I meant to put that. Lakers and Knicks tied at 114. There we go. Let's see. Look at the last play. Wait a minute. Whose ball is it? Is it Laker ball? Is it Knick ball? What happened? Oh, it's an offensive foul? Let's see here. So 3.9 remaining, but they're going to check. You know, I apologize. I haven't even talked about the topic yet, but it's just like I'm watching the game. So I'll put the scoreboard up for you guys to see right now. We're tied at 114. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know. I know. This is too exciting right now. So we got a little bit of a finish going on. Guys, hit the like. I haven't started on the topic yet because I'm just looking at the game as of right now. So that's why I haven't started yet, but I'm definitely going to get in on the topic as soon as the game is over. So I'm just looking at the game in the meantime. You know, I just want to get this game over with, and then we'll finally get into the meat and potatoes of this topic. It's been a heck of a game, but I think this call is probably going to decide, is it going to be a block or is it going to be an offensive foul? What do we have? Oh, they called an offensive foul? Oh, it's an offensive foul. Or is AD shooting 2 free throws? Because it says Lakers coaches challenge replay supports call. Lakers charged with a timeout. And they're putting 4.1 on the clock. Okay. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. So does AD shoot 2 free throws? What's the deal? Does he shoot 2 free throws? Four and a half seconds remaining. So what's the I'm guessing we're going to overtime. That's what it's looking like to me. That's what I'm going. How the Lakers blew a 6-point lead. Terrible shot selection and letting the Knicks get into the paint. Also, they didn't get defensive rebounds. The Knicks got some key offensive rebounds that were able to get them back in the game. When they looked down, LeBron hit that three, that this game was over. And now we're in overtime. And this is gonna be tough. Ryan says, when we see his whole career, shout out to Tara Matthews. Wait, Knicks had a chance? Oh, LeBron blocked the shot? Okay. Yeah, because they took another commercial break, but it looks like this is way ahead. That's probably why the score is like way ahead. Well, hopefully the Lakers can rebound in overtime and get it done. Hopefully they could get it done. Yeah, I mean, it was the Hachimura turnover. That was big. That was it to me. That was a huge turnover because that was when the Lakers were up 4, and he got the ball, but then he lost concentration and just let it go out of bounds. LeBron's got a triple double, but problem is he's got 4 turnovers and he's 9 of 22 from the field. This nigga Brunson's got 34 points. Let's see. AD has 23 points and 9 rebounds. Westbrook, he played solid off the bench, 15, 5, and 5 with 3 steals, 1 turnover. Nice. Nice. Well, I mean, your Nets actually beat the Lakers, even though there was no LeBron and AD. I'm really more surprised in the fact that LeBron and AD didn't play against that. The fact that they didn't play against Brooklyn that with no Kevin Durant. I was honestly surprised by that. Well, LeBron's not the best Laker ever, so that's ridiculous. All right, so let's get into the topic. While the game looks like it's in overtime, so we are tied at 114, ladies and gentlemen. Lakers and Knicks heading into OT. Well, the benefits of playing a system that Jacques Vaughn has these guys playing, they enjoy playing for him. Steve Nash got the short end of the stick. I felt like he was a scapegoat, but at the same time, again, a guy who's a product of the Mike D'Antoni system tree, he's not meant to go far as a head coach. Mike had enough talent as he did with his system to go deep into the playoffs, but you got to have an engine that runs it. Steve Nash is a product of Mike D'Antoni. So Steve Nash doesn't run any real plays or real sets. Mike D'Antoni was the same way. It's just that Mike had the talent to go deep. They built the roster the right way. It's just when it came to coaching in critical moments and making critical adjustments at the right and certain moments of the game, Mike has never been able to display that type of ability, which is why his teams have never been able to win, come out of the West. And it's a reason why Mike D'Antoni is unsuccessful at getting winning a championship. Who would have thunk it, man? Lakers in overtime against Boston. Lakers in overtime against the Knicks. I'm concerned about AD, though, because AD hurt his knee. He hurt his knee. This is big. If the Lakers lose this game, they'll go 6 games under 500. Is that Westbrook or is that AD? That is AD. Oh, AD has a scrape on his knee. They had to clean it with blood from the training staff. Lakers blew the lead, but they got a chance to regain this in overtime. They got to get this game. There's just no way. The Knicks may be in the playoffs, but they're not better than the Lakers talent-wise. The Knicks are not as talented as the Lakers are. And the Lakers get the ball, which is important. If you're Julius Randle, you can't let LeBron get inside with position. And at this point, you can't be complaining, bro. You just got to keep it going. That's your fault for letting LeBron get deep into the paint and getting the easy basket. You increasing his field goal percentage. So that's your fault, Julius. That's your fault. Good job by Quickly on the floater. That's what you got to do with as a point guard. Learn how to float the ball so that you don't get it blocked by a big man or any player for that matter who's in position to block your shot. You need to learn the floater. Nice floating shot off the glass. Okay, I'm surprised. No foul call on that one. AD actually got bumped on that, but they didn't call it. Looks like we got free throws. Like I said, man, the Knicks. I don't care if the Knicks lose. I didn't think the Knicks would be in this game. I thought the Lakers would win this in a blowout. Even if the Knicks are a playoff team, I just don't think that the Knicks are better than the Lakers as a team. And the fact that we're in overtime, that's saying a lot right there. Oh my goodness, cancel. I don't know why this keeps coming up. No. Let me show all because I've had. Yeah. So yeah, I've just been holding off on the topic because I want to see what goes on in this ball game. 3:14 remaining, and it's a tie game. Jesus Christ, man! Like, can we get some? Now, Randall. Oh, that's a turnover. Oh, it was deflected. As LeBron kicks it out wide open, that's good. That's a big shot. Okay. Ryan says when it's all base and done, both teams have shot terrible from three, but the Lakers have made 4 more threes than the Knicks have. Okay, Lakers starting to pull away now. There you go, 123, 118. Like, Julius Randle is a bad decision maker, like, clearly. All right, let me click this game off, and then let me get to the topic. You could just see it in the scoreboard right now. All right. Pros and cons of longevity featuring LeBron and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, before I get started on this topic, let me just say this about both players. These are two of the all-time greatest players to ever step foot on an NBA court. You're talking about two of the greatest players that have ever played as long as they have, which tells you that they have not suffered any serious injuries in their career. And it should be commended. And my respect goes out to LeBron and Kareem for what they both have accomplished, for what LeBron is still doing right now and in his 20th season, as I've constantly heard every day from the media, and how old he is, 37, 38 years old, whatever it is, 39. But he's 38 years old. But my point is that you can't take away what the man has accomplished. And right now, he's climbed up the assist chart. He's 4th all time now. He passed both Mark Jackson and Steve Nash. 4th all time in assists. I know he's climbing up there with the rebounds. I think he has over 10,000 rebounds. And LeBron James is under what? I'm pretty sure he's under 90 points away from, scoring, passing Kareem all-time in the all-time scoring record. Okay? So LeBron has played 20 seasons straight. That has to be commended. He's averaged 25 or better in, 17 or 18 straight seasons currently, which is the most in NBA history. And with the exception of his rookie year, which he only averaged 20. Averaged 25 and 5, which I think at that time when he averaged it as a rookie, I think he was the 2nd or 3rd player in history to average. Actually, he was the 3rd because the only other 2 guys who did it at the time was Oscar Robertson and Michael Jordan. So, yeah, averaged 25 and 5 in their rookie year. And so, yeah, pay respect to what LeBron has done. No question. Same thing with Kareem. I mean, LeBron is a 4-time MVP. Kareem is a 6-time MVP in the regular season. I mean, both of these guys, multiple All-Star appearances, whatnot. The accomplishments are endless. All defensive teams, NBA champions, and they've been great for the game. So, as great as they've been, guys, continue to hit the like as you guys come in. But here's the problem. When you look at the scoring record by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, nobody thought that Kareem was the greatest player of all time. And the reason being is, as much as Kareem was respected by many of his peers in the NBA for how great of a player Kareem was, the media was the biggest thing against Kareem. It was his personality and his disdain for the media is why that Kareem's record doesn't get celebrated as much. Did anybody, people made a big deal when he passed the record, but as much as that record has stood for 38, 39 years now, nobody considered Kareem the greatest, and nobody kind of really never they didn't really care about the scoring record until now LeBron James, has done it. Same thing with Kareem. Same thing with, guys like Karl Malone and things like that. Like, has anybody really cared that Karl Malone is second all-time behind Kareem? People have already said, it's due to longevity. So this is what I have to say about LeBron. As great as his accomplishment is, your longevity cannot be matched with your peak. Because the thing is that your longevity, if it's able to match your peak, then you definitely have a stronger case. The problem is now the media, what they've done is they've created this false sense of reality to where it's now this is why I mentioned in a previous video how is it that because you become the all-time leading scorer, it makes you the greatest of all time? Because let's look at it. LeBron James is going to have over 38,000. He already has over 38,000 career points, or pretty much close. Yeah, over 38,000 career points already. LeBron James is 5th all-time in scoring average, though. So think about this. Your scoring average is not really on par with how many points you scored for your career. Because, look, Kareem is the all-time points leader, but what his career averages are, right? They're 24 points per game. And we know that in the last couple of years, his production went way down as he got older, and Magic Johnson was the one that started to pick up the scoring load for the Lakers. So Kareem's numbers went down, and Magic's kind of went up. Magic started to average around the 20s. So that's the reason that Kareem, even though he scored a lot of points, I know Kareem in his more dominant years is averaging easily, 30 points a game, easy. I think the highest average Kareem had in a season, I think, was 33. I believe so. I could be wrong about that, but I think it's 33. But the thing is, we also have to understand that the eras are different. As Earl mentioned, he said totally different era. Today's game is way too soft. That's another argument that I've been wanting to understand, because there's just moments where it feels like, oh, they erased the points for the Knicks. It looks like they took 2 points away. That might have been, must have been an argued call or something. That's the only thing that I could think about. Oh, yeah. Damn, how Russell Westbrook get a plus-minus of 4? And it's like he played well. That's crazy. Oh, because they called the travel on Randall? I see. Both players are. Oh, Ryan says, Lewis, do you think if we took all the accomplishments that they had away, how differently would we see both from separating them from the pack? If we took the accomplishments away, well, then you're judging them by the way they play. And the thing is, you can't really judge that because Kareem plays closer to the basket. He's a center, and LeBron plays from the perimeter, who has the ability to play bully ball. Two different styles. So it's difficult. And the thing is, with LeBron, you're asking him to defend Kareem in the low post. And then with Kareem, you're asking Kareem to guard LeBron on the perimeter if they were to go one-on-one. So, and when you look at it, both guys have advantages over one another. So it's hard to judge. Hard to judge. But yeah, the problem that I'm having is that LeBron is going to break the scoring record I believe he's going to do it in crypto.com arena. That's really the plan. And I believe that with this happening, it's really more so of the fact that they're trying to make it to the point that it's like, LeBron is, because remember, LeBron passed Kobe in scoring as a Laker. LeBron James is about to pass Kareem as a Laker. LeBron already passed Magic Johnson on the all-time assist list as a Laker. So it's basically saying LeBron is trying to put himself in that conversation. Obviously, most of his career was with Cleveland and Miami, but LeBron is actually, no, I can't even because LeBron's in his 5th season with the Lakers, but most of his career was in Cleveland. But it's like, again, I've said it before, it just sounds nicer being a Los Angeles Laker than it does sounded a Cleveland Cavalier. It's like LeBron could come out and say he's the kid from Akron, but let's face it, he honestly loves the sound of Los Angeles Laker LeBron James. It just sounds like that. Ryan says, example, Kobe and Shaq was the most dominant, both proved in certain points of their career they can win without each other. People discount Kobe's greatness by the help Shaq was to Kobe. I don't want to get into that too much because I just want to focus more so on this topic with LeBron and Kareem. But my problem is this. This scoring title is not going to make you the greatest player of all time. Back in 2020 for the All-Star game when it was in Chicago, LeBron James called Michael Jordan the GOAT. He called him the GOAT. He said, and go listen to the interview. This was, I think, around practice time for All-Star weekend. LeBron was doing an interview with the people in Chicago, and LeBron admitted that Jordan is the GOAT. But yet LeBron and his fanboys keep campaigning for his GOAT resume, for his GOAT status. And I said, look, if you have to validate your greatness, how great are you? Your greatness is supposed to speak for itself. Like the fact that so many ex-players who have played with Bron are on ESPN should tell you what you need to know. And people are complaining about Darvin Ham, or should I say Darvin Scam. My point is, people are complaining about Darvin Ham, but Darvin Ham is a member of Clutch Sports. He's a member of Clutch Sports, which is why no matter how mad you get at him, it doesn't matter. You can get mad as much as you want. He's not going to do anything to LeBron. He's not going to challenge LeBron. He's not going to tell him anything because he's part of Clutch Sports. He answers to LeBron. LeBron don't answer to him. LeBron doesn't answer to him. Shout out to Daniel Berry in the building. What's up, man? He says, go Lakers. I think the Lakers, they should win the game already because they're up 6, I mean. And the Knicks only scored 7 points in OT, but like I said, I picked the Lakers to win, and it's looking good right now, so that's good. Okay, the Clippers are about to get another win. Let's go to the standings up in this. All right, Celtics, best record in the league, 36-15. Most people say that should have been a loss. Lakers are only trailing the Blazers by a game. Actually, no, by a half a game. Actually, no, my bad. They're trailing them by a game. It's important that the Lakers win these because if the playoffs were to start today, the Lakers would be out of playoff contention. Oh, I should say playing contention. The fact that the Clippers were struggling against the damn Chicago Bulls, but they came back. The Bulls are the 10th seed, for God's sakes. The 10th seed. The 10th seed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Lakers win 129-123 over the Knicks in overtime. I'm concerned about AD, though. LeBron had the highest plus minus on the Lakers. Bro, he had a triple-double, but he had 5 turnovers. Well, so did Anthony Davis. So they had 10 of the team's 4. Bro, AD and LeBron had 10 of the team's 14 turnovers. Russ only turned the ball over once, but yeah, this plus minus is a -5. As they're trying to say, he wasn't as impactful as LeBron or AD or even Dennis Schroeder. Damn. I feel like these statistics they're not even trying to favor Russ. I don't even know what it is. That's crazy to me. And LeBron was only 11 out of 25. I think LeBron started 4 for 10, but he finished 7 of 15, which would be what, 47%. But LeBron was only 2 of 8 out of for 3. He had a 28-point triple-double. Davis had 27 and 9. Quite honestly, no other Laker was really that impressive. I mean, Hachimura was what? He had 19 and 9. Solid numbers. Thomas Bryant has kind of fallen out of the rotation now. He's not even I like when he plays because he really gives the Lakers a lot of effort, man. Earl says, how could people really compare the Lakers and the Clippers? Clippers have no rings. See, this is what kills me. People were like, oh, the Clippers run LA now. No, they don't. They haven't won anything. It doesn't matter how many times the Clippers have beaten the Lakers. They could keep talking all they want. The Clippers haven't won anything. How are you going to come out here and talk about this Kawhi's town, and he did the famous commercial, but I'm like, he hasn't won anything as a Clipper. The Clippers haven't won anything. Like, that doesn't mean jack. And like I said, the Clippers had 2 chances in the bubble in 2020 and the very next year in 2021 when they went to the Western Conference Finals. 2021 was the Clippers' best shot to win an NBA title with how deep they got into the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard injury really hurt because they didn't have a go-to scorer down the stretch consistent. And I said consistent because Paul George could give it to you one game and then the next he disappears. Anyway, so yeah, back to the longevity. Kareem was amazing throughout his 20-year career. Well, actually, Kareem played 22 seasons? Was it 22 seasons? I think Kareem played 22 seasons. But yeah, LeBron is in year 20. He's having an amazing year. But this is not going to make you the GOAT, LeBron. If you honestly think that this is going to make you the greatest player of all time, it doesn't. And the thing is, LeBron already exposed it that Michael Jordan is the best. He already said it. He already said that. He already said it. This is why the thing is, if you listen to LeBron over the years, he kind of flip-flops on his take on the GOAT debate. Like he'll say things like he'll say Michael Jordan is the greatest. Then he'll come and say beating Golden State made him the greatest player of all time. Then he'll come back and say Jordan is the GOAT, to be honored by the greatest player of all time. And then you come back and say, again, kind of saying to himself, I'm the greatest all-around player that, in the history. I'm a pass-first player. No. See, this is the problem with the whole longevity thing. LeBron doesn't even average 8 assists for his career. A pass-first player for their careers are in the upper tier in assists. You're talking about 8.5, 8, easily from 8 to 10 assists per game for their careers. Easy. And also the thing is, a pass first player isn't going to take almost 20 shots a game for their career as a pass first player. That doesn't make any sense. The thing is, LeBron is a ball dominant player, and a ball dominant player having the ball so much, they're going to turn the ball over a lot. And they're also going to be able to rack up assists when you don't play in a system. See, when you play in a system, the crazy part is you ask yourself, how was Larry able to average the amount of assists he averaged in the system? And that was because, pace was important too. I think pace played a factor in why Larry's assists and rebounds were a little bit high. But Larry Bird was able to do it despite not being the fastest. And it's all about this, the cerebral instincts that he had as a player. Showed you why he was good. Showed you why he was all-time great. What's up, Alex? What's going on? So yeah, this whole idea of pass first, like Mark Jackson was a pass first player. He was never an elite scorer. He never took a lot of shots. He never took that many shots, in any of his seasons. Same thing with Steve Nash. Steve Nash, he was efficient, but Steve Nash was never a guy who took that many shots the most shots on his team. He got other guys involved. Same thing with John Stockton, even though Stockton is a system player. My point is he played to get other guys involved. Same thing with Irvin Magic Johnson. When he scored, when he needed to score, he showed you that he was capable of being a solid scorer. But Magic Johnson's job was to get everybody involved too. Those are pass first players. Jason Kidd was another guy who got guys involved. Those are pass first players. Chris Paul, those guys are pass first players. LeBron is not that. He is a scorer who can pass. That's who LeBron is. And then Nick Wright today, he complained about last year. Why did Steph get all that praise for Ray Allen's three-point record? And people kept making segments about how many threes is Steph going to make, but then LeBron doesn't get celebrated. But when LeBron's going for that scoring record, it doesn't get celebrated. Nobody's really talking about it. Nick doesn't make any sense because it's been talked about every single day. If you look at all the networks, if you look at tonight's game, LeBron was 99 points away from. I'm like, so what are you talking about? The problem is LeBron is fooling you into thinking that he really is the greatest if he gets the scoring record because of the longevity. And I said the reason that longevity works against LeBron works against him is it's what you do at your very best compared to your career. And when it comes to accolades in the prime of their career, LeBron has done very well for himself, but he doesn't compare to his contemporary in Michael Jordan. And they're not contemporaries in the fact that they played at the same time, but because of the comparison to Jordan, my point is that LeBron is not at his level. Doesn't matter what the fanboys say. LeBron is never going to reach that level, which is why LeBron has been chasing that record so badly, because he can say he's the greatest scorer of all time. And I said, no, LeBron is the greatest cumulative scorer of all time. He would have passed Kareem in that aspect. But your scoring average doesn't tell you you're the greatest scorer of all time. You're one of the greatest scorers of all time. Because look, LeBron also even said he wants to be mentioned among the greatest scorers of all time, but then he'll go and tell the media, I'm a pass first player. And I'm saying to myself, bro, you're 24th in assists per game. If you're a pass first player, you would have less points right now, and your assists for your career would actually be higher. This isn't hate. This is facts. You're 24th all-time in assists average. You may be fourth on the all-time list, but you look at Jason Kidd. I believe he averages, I think, 8.5 to 9 assists for his career. Steve Nash averages about 9 assists for his career. Chris Paul is about the same way, 9 assists for his career. Magic Johnson averages over 10 for his career, and John Stockton is the same thing with 10. And Mark Jackson was around 9 assists too. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, the numbers don't do the justice. It doesn't tell the whole story. So he can try to convince his fanboys and his blind witnesses about that he's the great, that he's fourth in assists, that nobody's. I get it. Longevity plays a part with how consistent you've been in your career. It shows you the dedication that you've put into your craft. It shows you that you've been able to take care of your body for such a long time. Kudos to you, Bron. Kudos to you. But the thing is also, you and Kareem don't get along. See, that's another thing that nobody even talked about neither. LeBron and Kareem don't get along. They got a little bit of a beef going on. So to me, one of the reasons that LeBron actually wants to pass this record is a way to troll Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And Kareem is a little bit insecure about LeBron passing this record. And I think what's going to happen is I think Kareem feels inside that if LeBron passes him, that Kareem is kind of going to be kind of forgotten. And you know how Kareem feels about the media. And you know how Kareem has kind of brought attention to himself late in his career now. Let me look into the comment section real quick. Jay says, ticket flip-flops. Wait. Louis, I was watching a Ticket TV video. He was debating that the reason LeBron's longevity is what it is because of the technology of today. If they had technology right now back then, when Kareem had played, Kareem would have had a better career. Oh, Jay says ticket flip-flops with LeBron now because it does views. The thing is, a lot of YouTubers flip-flop. A lot of YouTubers flip-flop when it comes to views. And sometimes I'm like wondering, well, like, what are you, what's the thing here? Because are you trying to convince me that, are you going to stick by your guns and say he's the greatest of all time? Or are you trying to convince me why he's not? Because Earl Phillips mentioned Rod Strickland, another really great point guard. So yeah, like when you mention it, look, he's fifth all time in scoring, so he's not even the greatest at that. He's top five. You give him credit, but LeBron is not even in the top 2 or 3 all time in terms of scoring average. He's 24th all time in assists in terms of average. Russell Westbrook has a higher assist average than LeBron. What does that tell you? So LeBron has accumulated 10,000 assists, but over 10,000 assists, but he's 24th all time in assist average. So that just goes to show you that longevity isn't everything. It's the same thing with the rebounding, which I've said that for a guy of his stature. To me, he's an overrated rebounder because Jordan was a better offensive rebounder than LeBron, and Larry Bird was an overall better rebounder than LeBron too. Larry Bird averaged 10 for his career, and he only played 12 seasons in the league. In only 12 seasons, Larry Bird averaged 10 for his career. 10. Like, how did Larry Bird average 10 rebounds for his career for a guy who was not that athletic, who was not that quick? That's crazy. Guys, continue to hit the like as we come in. So yeah, people can say what they want. This is no disrespect. LeBron's got what, 10,338 something. Stop trolling, bro. The Lakers already won. They won. Dennis, stop it. They won already. They already won. You could look at the scoreboard right on top. They won. I didn't even do the game, so stop. Ryan says, I think people need to recognize the players, teammates LeBron had his whole career. Well, that's the thing that I don't like. The player with the driving force is always going to get his, he's going to get a good amount of the credit, but well, I look at it this way. Or you want to say that catchphrase, right? Well, you got to say it. Shout out to Dennis anyway. But yeah, this is my problem with Bron. Like I said, like you gotta let your greatness speak for yourself. Like the fact that you have so many media plants having to tell people every day the greatness of LeBron, the greatness of LeBron. LeBron is so great. LeBron is so great. LeBron can say what he wants about how nothing phases him. Mentally he's in a great place, but it bothers him. It clearly does because you got his cult fan base constantly coming out and saying you're a hater. Hate, 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 nothing but hate. You live under a rock. Then they get personal, and it's like so you're not allowed to say anything. So if LeBron was 7 out of 26, it's because he's 38 years old. If LeBron James shoots 11 out of 12, look what he's doing at age 38. You can't have it both ways, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot have it both ways. But LeBron fanboys will convince you that they can have it both ways because they felt that they've earned the right because LeBron is the most hated, scrutinized athlete of all time. And I'm going to tell you once again, that is not true. Look, good or bad, it's like people don't understand LeBron. Good or bad, LeBron loves the attention because he wins at the end of the day. Whether you talk good about him or whether LeBron gets quote unquote hated or you talk bad about him, Bron is the ultimate winner because he gets the attention. Kareem didn't like the media, so he did not get the attention. Nobody really cared about the scoring record. It was a great accomplishment. Kareem deserves more respect, but because of Kareem's relationship with the media, they really didn't care about that. Then you have a guy like Michael Jordan who transcended the sport, which Kareem, as great as he was, he didn't transcend the sport. See, that was another thing. Kareem put up dominating numbers, but it was like people just felt like competition-wise, he didn't do great. No, competition-wise, like Kareem went up against some great players. But they feel like, but the thing is that with Kareem, I think Kareem would have been much more respected if he had a better relationship with the media. Earl says, imagine if Bron stayed in Cleveland his whole career. Would you look at him different? Well, here's the thing. I'm not mad at LeBron for leaving Cleveland at all. I'm not. It was going to be difficult to get players to come there, to Cleveland. Cleveland did their best in the 7 years that he was there. People think that they didn't do enough for him, but trust me, I'm sorry. The scenarios were not going to benefit the Cavaliers into what they could surround LeBron with. And I said the problem is LeBron, if he was, see, to me, let me be honest with you, he never should have left Miami. LeBron should have stayed in Miami. He should have stayed in Miami because LeBron was still in the prime of his career. And if he would have stayed there, trust me, Pat Riley would have been able to build the team well enough. It's unfortunate that Chris Bosh went down with the blood clots. And Dwayne Wade obviously was a shell of himself after the injuries in the last two championship runs in 2013 and 2014. But I still think that they would have been able to build a solid team around LeBron to where he still could have been able to compete while the Eastern Conference was still weak at the time and nobody had really come up in the East up until, 2018, 19. That's when things started to change a little bit in the East. But my point is that Jay says, LeBron, get your stats and numbers, move yourself this summer. I just think that this season is about LeBron passing Kareem. LeBron is fooling you with that last play. First of all, that last play with the Boston Celtics, LeBron showing all that passion and energy, that's a cop-out for the camera. People are going to get mad at me for saying that, but that was a cop-out for the camera. Because if you watch again, LeBron picked his head up to look to make sure that the camera was watching him to show how passionate he was about not getting that foul call. Did you see how big of a deal the media made it because it's LeBron James when we've had bad calls the entire NBA season, and it's been happening for years? But because it's LeBron James, it has to be made the biggest deal. But let's face it, part of the problem is also, I'm not going to deny this neither, that the Lakers have actually had a few calls go against them this season that would be the difference in them being the amount of games they've been under 500, and they could be 500 or better right now. So see, I told you I could be fair. But like I said, LeBron put on a tantrum for the camera. And you know what bothers me also for this whole longevity argument? It's this low management stuff and how LeBron is Iron Man. LeBron has only played 82 games once in his career. That was his last season in Cleveland. Other than that, LeBron James, yeah, he's had his 78, 76, 75, 79 games and stuff like that. But LeBron James has only played 82 games once. Kobe played 82 games 4 times. He had two other seasons where he played 80 games. Michael Jordan in 13 full seasons as a Chicago Bull, guess how many seasons he played of 82 games? He had 8 seasons where he played 82 games. And in his final season, he played all 82 at age 40, 39-40. But what did the media do? They made the biggest deal in the world because that LeBron played all 82 games for the first time in his career. That just shows you right there that the media continues to try to force you to say how LeBron is just the greatest. And it's like, by you doing that, as much as I want to appreciate LeBron, they make it so hard. And that's why when I saw that tantrum that he threw, I'm like, look, you got fouled. I agree that you got fouled. That was a missed call. But that tantrum that you drew, and then you, like I said, he looked up to see if the camera was looking at him. And I'm like, damn, bro. I said, I guess he's trying to get himself a Golden Globe or an Oscar with how poorly he did in House Party with the remake. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I really wish that you get the respect that you honestly deserve. I know you have a statue. I know you have your jersey retired. But I really wish that you gotten the respect that you deserve. Unfortunately, your relationship with, media and press is what's hurt you. And the thing is, people know who you are, but I just feel like people have kind of forgotten you because now that's the problem. And that's kind of why you've kind of been vocal these last few years. And to me, the NBA didn't like Kareem neither, because think about it. Kareem was an assistant coach for the Clippers. How did Kareem never get an actual head coaching job? Kareem was an assistant coach for many years, and he didn't get an offer for a single head coaching job. That goes to show you that Kareem was not well liked. I know he was liked by his Laker teammates. They love Kareem, but Earl says Kobe was a monster on the court. He definitely was, man. Kobe was a beast on the court, on that basketball court. Yeah, so the reason that I'm mentioning this is because I just want people to know that as great as LeBron is, all you're doing is just fooling the inevitable. Because you got to ask yourself, people, what is LeBron going to do when he breaks the scoring record? Is he going to try to push for the playoffs and just like focus on that? And the Lakers hopefully try to make the playoffs, because the Lakers are within striking distance to be in the postseason. The West is wide open. And this is why you got to win these games and develop more chemistry, because if you don't, what if 2 or 3 of those teams get hot? See, that's what you got to fear. If two or three teams get hot in that Western Conference, it's going to be much more difficult for the Lakers to climb back into the standings. They're right there. So the fact that they're not making a move right now, I know what the deal is. They're just waiting for the trade deadline, probably get some kind of big splash. I know this is more so Russ almost being gone, and probably he'd be the one to get traded because he's been the problem the whole time, when the real problem is LeBron, the guy in the back. Jay says that there's toddlers that don't do what LeBron did after the missed call in Boston. Also showed that he didn't believe that he could win in overtime. Showing cards is a bad approach. And ladies and gentlemen, I get that you're upset that you missed the call, that you didn't get the call. But like I mentioned, this is not the only game that there was a bad call. There was bad calls on the side of the Celtics too. But my point is, this has been happening for years, and it's going to keep happening. And once again, you know what people told me? Oh, but LeBron, he scored 7 points in overtime. That's great and all, but there was no leadership. It's okay, guys. It's okay, guys. You know, we didn't get the call, but I believe in us. We got a chance to steal this game. Do you know how much confidence the Lakers would have had if they had beaten the team with the best record in the NBA in Boston on the road? But then, oh, LeBron got a foot injury. No, you protested about that late game call, so you decided not to play. And the Anthony Davis is, oh, you know, he's on a minutes restriction. But how many minutes did Anthony Davis play tonight? And how many minutes did LeBron play tonight against the Knicks? So I'm asking, why didn't they play against a Kevin Durant-less Brooklyn Nets team? I'm still trying to figure that out. That's the part that doesn't make any sense to me, because you could have easily gotten yourself a win, because none of the Brooklyn Net bigs can guard AD. Bro, AD played 37 minutes tonight. Bro, look how many minutes LeBron played. He played 43 minutes. He played 43 minutes. Let me see. Ryan says, Lewis, I know this is a different topic, but how long do you think how far this Tony Romo is going to be? Is this a cover for something else that the NFL wants to cover? Oh, you mean when he used the N-word? Oh, in the Chiefs Bengals game in the AFC Championship? LeBron didn't want that overtime challenge in Boston. That's not Laker material. Go at head on, regardless of the result. Exactly. LeBron said himself that he punches his clock every day. You do get your best you can, and you live with the results. He didn't live with the result because he chose not to play as a protest. And they came out, and Dave McMenamin, the fanboy that he is, because he's followed LeBron since he was, 15 years old, says, you know, LeBron's got possible foot soreness. His ankle is in really bad shape. Are you sure? Because when he threw that tantrum, he was pretty athletic and was able to jump around, showed no signs of pain. But I think his spirit was in pain when he was looking into the camera. You know, make sure they get a good shot of how hurt I am that I didn't get the call for us to win the game. I care about the team. No, LeBron does not care about the Lakers. See, this is the thing that I'm trying to get you with this longevity argument. Notice that LeBron is doing these. He passed Kobe in scoring as a Laker, as I mentioned before. Passed Magic Johnson in assists as a Laker. Past Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as a Laker. LeBron is trying to warp people in their mind as now LeBron is the greatest Laker to have ever played. That is what they're trying to convince you, that LeBron is the greatest Laker. when most of those statistics he got as a Cleveland Cavalier. He's ball dominant. LeBron is the modern day Wilt Chamberlain of the NBA. He's not comparable to Michael Jordan. LeBron James, you compare him to guys like Wilt Chamberlain, possibly a Shaquille O'Neal, point forward, kind of like a Scottie Pippen, who is able to run in transition, can run the point, run an offense. But Scottie did that in a system. See the difference? Scottie did that in a system. He couldn't do that in Rudy T's system because Rudy T's system is geared towards Hakeem. It's not geared towards Scottie. It was much more difficult for Scottie to play as well as he could because he was playing with Barkley and Hakeem. Two post players. And those are two dominant post players, even though they were past their prime. Earl says, could you really say, though, that he's been on 3 different teams? I think the Tony Romo thing is going to be talked about for a little bit, but I think it'll be forgotten. The only time I can see it being brought up again is by the time of the NFL season starting or if another news story comes out. Jay says, LeBron's tantrum showed in overtime in Boston. Yeah. That's exactly what it was. You told Laker Nation, hey, we don't have a chance. That's what you're telling those guys. So as much as LeBron has accomplished, I'm being real with you, man. 4-time Finals MVP. 4-time regular season MVP. 4 rings. Kareem's got 6. The problem with Kareem also is, as much as you've won 6 MVPs, when it comes to your championships, you've only been the best player on 2 of them. That's the problem. That was when you won in 71 with the Bucks, and then when you won in 85 when you were with the Lakers. Kareem was 38 years old when he won his championship in 85. And I think to this day, Kareem is still the oldest Finals MVP in NBA history. Now, could you imagine if the Lakers were playing for the NBA title? LeBron would be so historic because LeBron not only would get a 5th championship, he would be the oldest player to have ever won a Finals MVP, and it would be his 5th Finals MVP. I forgot that Kareem was 38 when he won his. Shout out to Pokemon12. He says Jordan and LeBron compare very well of the top 15 all-time points scored. Only LeBron and Jordan never averaged less than 18 shot attempts. The others on the list all have had at least 4 such years. Wait a minute. I think I saw that stat somewhere. You know what's so crazy? You know what's crazy? What's crazy is, did you know that Jordan has 4 different seasons where he attempted 24 shots or more per game? The highest amount of shots he had was 27. And I think that was in 1990. I could be wrong, but I think it's 1990. He took 27 shots. 1990, he took 27 shots per game. Kobe had that type of season in 2006, where he averaged 27 shots per game. But all of Kobe's other seasons, Kobe only had one season in which he shot the ball 23 times. The other seasons were like 22, 21, and 20. It's crazy. Jordan had 4 different seasons in which he shot 24 shot attempts or more. Kobe only had one season where he shot like that many shots, and that was in 2006. He attempted 27 shots per game. But Kobe never averaged more than 23 shot attempts in his career. Never more than 23. I mean, it's still a lot, but compared to Jordan, Jordan had 4 different seasons where he averaged 24 or more. Kobe didn't average that. That's great. That's crazy. I looked it up. The thing is also, LeBron's shot attempts were down. People forget this part too. LeBron's shot attempts were down when he played with Miami because he played in a system. So he wasn't taking the bulk of the shots. You're playing with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. You didn't have to do that. But his shot attempts went up again when he went back to Cleveland. And it's been that way since he's been a Laker. Jay says LeBron needs Rondo to show him the way in the West. Pookie Man 12 says he didn't know. Guys, hit that like button. Well, yeah. So like I said, like I mentioned, man, the reason that LeBron and Kareem, like I said, Kareem's relationship with the media hurt him. And on top of that, he would have been more respected had he had won more finals MVPs. Because the thing is, the bottom line is Bron's got 4 and Kareem only has half of his finals MVPs, even though Kareem's got 2 more regular season MVPs. It almost makes it feel like if Kareem was a role player, and we know that that's not true, right? Kareem is one of the all-time greats. You look at his resume is the only real resume that has a legitimate case of being the greatest player of all time alongside Michael Jordan. I said with Will Chamberlain has got the raw statistics in terms of the NBA records. And, not to take anything from Will Chamberlain, he was unbelievable. He was an unbelievable freak. I mean, there's a million stories about Will Chamberlain that it almost feels like it's a myth when you hear about the stuff about Will. But the problem is Will didn't win enough for me. And I get it. He was going up against Bill Russell and, the stacked Celtics. But again, there were issues that Will Chamberlain had with some of his teammates and some of his head coaches. It's part of the reason that Will didn't win. And also, you have to consider the fact that for a guy who's so dominant in the regular season, his numbers actually went down in the playoffs. It wasn't just because he sacrificed his numbers. Even in Wilt's prime, he was not performing to the level that he should. It didn't help that and by the time that he got older, obviously he was not as effective as he once was. He could still play. Don't get me wrong, he could still play, but they definitely followed Kareem. But it's true, Magic was the captain. Magic was the engine. Kareem is like Kevin Durant. They're the weapon. You could almost say nuclear weapon. That's how good they are. That's how good Kareem is. It's the same thing with Golden State. The Warriors did follow KD those 2 years, but Steph's the engine. You ain't going to cut off your engine because you want a certain part. You want to keep a certain part. You can't do that. You can't. Some engines are hard to replace. And like I said, the skyhook, people have been discrediting. I've seen people in the comment section, no, not in other videos when it comes to Kareem, have been disrespecting his skyhook. Well, I mean, you know, he's 7'2". You know, that had a little bit of an advantage as to why it was unguardable. I'm like, did anybody ever even try to see how they can defend the skyhook? Did defenders ever, did they even try to take angles into how to make sure that Kareem didn't get his hook shot off? A lot of times Kareem went one-on-one and you couldn't stop it because as long as Kareem got single coverage and he could back you down in the post, Kareem had the length to prevent you from, Kareem had a large wingspan. So it's part of the reason why it was hard to block his shot. And that takes extreme skill with what Kareem learned. That skyhook got him into the Hall of Fame. That skyhook helped him have a 20-year career. Kareem was unstoppable. And the man should be commended. But to be honest, though, and you notice that Kareem is coming out more so now, you know, with the comments that he's made about social justice issues, and I know I've kind of had a little back and forth. My thing is, to me, LeBron is doing this to troll Kareem. You know, Kareem had a nice turnaround fadeaway. And Kareem could also put the ball on the floor. He just didn't do it a lot because, again, coaches back then would tell you, you need to do your job as to what your position describes you to do. Kareem could put the ball on the floor. That's something that doesn't get mentioned by people, or you don't really get to see that part of his game. But Kareem also had a nice little fadeaway. Kareem is known for the sky hook, but Kareem was very, very fundamentally sound. Doesn't get enough credit for that neither. That's why you hear crazy comments like, all he did was just throw a hook shot, and they'll tell you that they've seen Kareem's whole career. No. That's cap. It's unfortunate context matters when discussing the history of the NBA. Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's really painful that we don't put eras into perspective as to why things are the way they were and how players dominated. The thing is, where we judge players is we have to judge players by how they did in their era. You can't compare eras. And Kareem's era was a more physical era. I'm not saying it was the best defensive era by any stretch of the means. The best defensive eras were in the late 90s and the mid 2000s. So there's no question about that. But the thing is, Kareem can't control at what time he was born and what era he played in. That was the era that he was born and played in. And the thing is, look, guys from the 60s and 50s and 70s, they're going to protect their era. They're going to do that. And the thing is, Kareem scored all those points with just one three-pointer made in his career. Didn't even rely on the three-point line. He did all that. What people don't realize is that LeBron has had to – I know people are going to say, well, it's harder because LeBron has had to shoot from the perimeter to get his points. And I said, but you have to also understand, if you do the math, more threes give you more opportunities to close in on that record. Imagine if LeBron was scoring more twos. It would take LeBron much longer to break that record. Let's say there was no three-point line. You know how much longer it would have taken? You know how many points are going to get cut off? First of all, LeBron's, as Jay just mentioned, 2,228 threes LeBron has hit in his career. Multiply that by 3, and how many points get shut off? That Kareem got those 38,000 just with one three-pointer made in his career. And that was when the three-point line was introduced in the 79-80 season. Bro, you multiply that times 3, that's 6,687 points. Are you kidding me? 6,687 points taken off of LeBron's career. And LeBron, you're looking at him at like 31 or 32,000 something points. That's still great. But the problem is now, how much longer would it take LeBron now to get to that record if there were no threes? Don't blame him because of the era, but context matters. Because the thing is also, you have to look at how the three ball, look what it's done for Steph's career. Look what the three-point shot has done for Steph's career in terms of what it became. Take a look at Michael Jordan. He only made like 500-something threes in his career. That only takes, and if you take his points away from the three-point line, that means he would be at what? It only shed off 1,500, 600 points for his career. That would still put him close to 30,000. If not, he is at the 30,000 point mark or just very close to it. And he did that in such a short amount of time. If Jordan was playing the longevity game, this man would have possibly would have been the greatest scorer of all time. And the reason being is because Jordan not only have the highest scoring average, he would have the most points total, and he still would have the highest scoring average in NBA history. Do we know that for sure? No, because anything could happen. But remember, he missed nearly 2 years of his prime, and he missed 3 years after his 31st, after turning 35. He missed 3 years. I don't know. To me, I feel like Jordan was still good for like another 25, 26 point season in 99. And then I felt after that was when you really was going to start to see the decline. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, what Kareem did without a three-point line and then with a three-point line, only attempting 1 3, he played to his tree position, and he scored over 38,000 points. Another thing is, people honestly believe that LeBron has earned himself a sit at the Laker table. He hasn't, even with that one championship. Even with that one. And it's because that one is still the bubble. Like I said, LeBron, you've had an amazing career, but the thing is, you're fooling the Lakers fan base with your antics and your nonsense, and it's getting ridiculous. Because instead of us appreciating you for what you've accomplished in your NBA career, all you've done is put a narrative act to constantly either blame somebody, to excuse yourself, or take credit for what the team helped you do. And it's always you don't have enough. And it's like, when is enough is enough? This scoring record, I really want to know how people are going to react. Yes, it's never been we didn't think that we would get here, and possibly it wouldn't have been done. But quite honestly, I think LeBron possibly would have retired earlier. Oh, let me mention this too. Let me mention this too. LeBron James has clearly said in interviews he wants to play with his son because he wants to have a Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. moment. Folks, he should case for GOAT. My son played in the NBA. I got to play against my son. I got to play with my son. This is all to trump Michael Jordan because his sons didn't make it to the NBA. I got kids in the league. Your kids didn't do anything. And his foolish fans will continue to be blind and use that as the case of, well, LeBron's the greatest. And it's like, you can't do that. It's about their playing careers, not titles that you're adding to try to make your case. Doesn't make any sense. Jay also says Jerry West didn't have a bubble championship versus those Celtics because those were all regular championships. Those were all regular NBA finals. Those were just regular NBA finals. And so it just obsessed me because instead of appreciating what this man has done, all you've done is make people just want to turn away from you. And quite honestly, the facts are, this don't make you the greatest of all time, bro. Especially when you already said 3 years ago that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. And this is funny. That was after a year before that, you went on your show and called yourself the greatest of all time after beating the 73-9 Warriors. In the words of Ron Harper, 72-10 don't mean a thing without a ring. You cannot be the greatest team of all time and not win. Why do you think LeBron fans hang on to that championship? Because they beat the greatest. See, first they say the greatest team of all time. Then they say the greatest regular season team of all time. They changed the goalposts. Like I said before, the Bulls were dominant in the postseason and the regular season. Guys, hit the like as you guys come in. The Warriors struggled in the playoffs. Why did they struggle in the playoffs? Game 1, Curry hurt his ankle. Try to come back in game 4, sprains his MCL. Not the same team. Because Klay Thompson did not have that type of ability to take over games as the number one option. Which clearly showed you Klay is always going to be a number 2 or number 3 guy. More like a number 3. So this is super sad. And the funny thing is, Rui and Westbrook played very well in this game against the Knicks. And yet, LeBron James has the highest plus minus on the court. How? And this is the problem what LeBron is doing. He has confused your mind and trying to put down all of the other Laker greats to make it seem like if the other ones are forgotten. Look, Elgin Baylor passed away. I was watching the NBA 50. I was watching the 50 greatest players. This came out. The person who put up the video, it came out 11 months ago, but I was watching the NBA's 50th greatest players for the 50th anniversary. And I'm looking at all the great players that were talking. Just some real neat stuff. I saw Bob Pettit. I got to see Dolph Schayes. I got to see Bill Sharman, Will Chamberlain, Bill Walton, Bill Russell, Kareem, Magic, Larry, obviously Michael, Hakeem, Patrick Ewing, Dave Cowens, Bob Cousy, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Isaiah Thomas, Bob McAdoo, Elvin Hayes. What I loved about watching those clips, it was the greats just appreciating one another, listening to their stories, and just enjoying the time being in that room. That right there was special because it was about 50 of the greatest. Julius Erving, Moses Malone, can't forget those guys. But it was so neat and cool to see those guys get together and just talk. Great legends that many of us grew up watching. They're in the same room together. Mr. Bill Russell. I mean, just awesome to listen to. And I'm like, damn, this is what the game is about. Appreciating the current players and the players of the past that helped make the game the way it is today. That's the way that we should be looking at the game of basketball. And then you look at the 75th and the 75, the top 75 players. They kind of made an extension for the next 25. We should be, when you look at that room, even though there's people that are missing from that room, the point is all those guys get together, man. It's special. That should be what the game is about, to see the celebration of all those great players. Then you include the Ray Allens and the Reggie Millers and the Steph Currys. That's what it should be about. But no, it's about narratives. And the problem is that the standard for winning has lowered so much now. Because we have a scoring record that, as much as of a great of an individual accomplishment it is, in reality, the Lakers are 13th in the Western Conference. And you have idiotic people like J.J. Redick who come out and said that, I remember when the Lakers got off to that rough start. What did J.J. Redick say? This season, we should only really be focused on LeBron getting that scoring record. Shannon Sharpe said the same thing. And when they do little things like this, like beat the Knicks, again, I picked the Lakers to win. It's not really a big deal. Russ and Hachimura play well, but are they going to get any type of credit? No. Russ got the worst plus minus on the team, and he came off the bench. And Russ played well. And Russ only had one turnover. LeBron and AD had most of the team's turnovers, but they got higher plus minuses. I'm not saying that they don't deserve a good plus minus, but I'm just saying that Russ should have got a plus minus of a positive because he was positive in that game too. But it wasn't going to get it. But did he get it? He didn't. Jay says Rui is size and depth. He's not Kawhi. Well, no, not expecting him to be a Kawhi Leonard type anyway. Never saw him that way. He doesn't have the ability to score like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be reaching the end of this live stream. I'll be talking about Carmelo Anthony tomorrow. Got an interesting topic on that. But for the people who need to listen, I need y'all to listen out there, man. This win was not impressive by any means. Who do the Knicks really have on there? Oh, Jalen Brunson. Yes, they got Jalen Brunson, but he's not an all-star. He's coming into his own as an all-star this season, but Mitchell Robinson played tonight, and he would have been guarding Anthony Davis. AD's not an easy cover, but still, which is why you got to ask yourself, why did LeBron and AD sit out against Brooklyn, but they're playing the New York Knicks? And his fans will get blind and make a big deal out of that too, how they beat the Knicks and how LeBron owns New York. They just say prissy passy stuff because it's like, again, they don't want to tell the truth on this guy. As much respect and praise and accolades that I give him, I'm going to continue to criticize him if I want to. If he plays bad, I'm going to talk about that because there's always an excuse when he does. And LeBron took the most shots on the team tonight. That's the crazy part. Well, you think Rui plays like Carmelo Anthony? I don't see that. I don't see Melo's game in Rui at all. No, yeah, Braun making fourth all time. Braun being fourth on the all time assist list. Yeah, that's impressive. But my problem with that statistic is they're making it seem like he's the greatest passer of all time. And my problem is he's supposed to be a pass first player, but you're fourth all time in assist. But you're supposed to be a pass first player, but you're about to be the all time leading scorer. And you're a career 27 point per game scorer, which is fifth all time. That tells you that LeBron is not pass first. On top of that, LeBron is 24th all time in assists per game. Pass first players are usually in the top 10 in assists per game. LeBron is 24th all time in assists per game. 24th? No. 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 That's the problem. And people get confused with his assists. If LeBron was playing in a real remember when LeBron actually played in a real system, his assists went down when he played with Miami. When he played in the Miami system, his assist numbers went down. Lenny Benton says, "Yo, LeBron is supposed to be pass first," and then puts a laughing emoji. Like I said, I give Bron props for being able to be fourth on the all time list, and yo, he's not even a natural scorer. I'm like, see, this is the problem I have. This is the problem I have with the LeBron fanboys. How are you gonna go and say that LeBron is not a natural scorer when he's averaging 27 a game? Think about that. How can you say that he's not a natural scorer if he's averaging 27 for his career? And LeBron is averaging 30 points per game this season. Guys, hit the like. Shout out to Zeddy. He says, "Is there any way I can join?" I mean, I would ask you to join in. The problem is I'm actually ending the stream, but I want to ask you if you want to come up to the stream tomorrow that I'm going to actually do on Carmelo Anthony. I actually also am going to do a stream on the documentary that I saw, a 4-part series of Shaq's documentary of his career. I don't know if people have seen it. I don't know if you've seen it, but Yeah. No, looking at that, yeah, Melo love to do the face up. Lenny Beeson, thank you for speaking facts. And I mentioned that, and I mentioned that. I mentioned that. When you think of pass first players, it's guys like Magic and Jason Kidd. Facts. Facts. As a matter of fact, let me pull this up because I might want to share my screen real quick before I end this. Let's look at this. Check this out. No, no, no. Those are all-time assists, but I need all-time assist average though. No, no, no. That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. Check this out. This is why it's so funny. We're going to go to the landofbasketball.com because I want to share this, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. I want to share this. I'm going to share the screen. Watch this. Here we go. This looks, now let me put it over here. Perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Check this out, ladies and gents. I'm sorry, that's too big. Check this out. Look at the all-time assist mark. It's showing you total assists and it's showing you assists per game in their careers. Check it out. Because I'm going to put this before I go because I want people to understand the importance of longevity and why longevity doesn't always work. Irvin Magic Johnson. LeBron is fourth all-time in assists, give him a ton of credit. Look at this. Number one, Magic Johnson. All-time 10,000 assists in his career, over 10,000. But look at his assist average, 11.1. He's the all-time assist average leader. So you could say he was the Michael Jordan of assists, right? Because he averaged 11. Number two, John Stockton. John Stockton played longer than Magic. Magic got 10,000 assists in less than 1,000 games played. Do you see that? In less than 1,000 games played, Magic got 10,000 assists, and he has the highest average assist total at 11.1. Stockton is second all time at 10.5, right? And now, if we continue, check it out. We go to Oscar Robertson, 9.51 assists. Guys, hit the like. See, check it out. 9.5 for Oscar Robertson in his career. Chris Paul, fourth all time at 9.4. Isaiah Lord Thomas III, 9.2. Trae Young, who's playing currently in the NBA right now, 9.2. Kevin Johnson, y'all know Kevin Johnson was a bad man. Seventh all-time in assist average, 9.1. The reason that his numbers are low in terms of Kevin Johnson was because of his injuries. He had a lot of injuries. But look at his high assist average. He had 2 straight seasons where he averaged 20 points and 10 assists. Imagine if LeBron does become the all-time leading scorer and retires. Look at John Wall, 8.8 for his career. Jason Kidd is ninth all-time at 8.6. Steve Nash rounds out the top 10 at 8.49. So my question is, if LeBron is this great assist man with over 10,000 assists, why or why is he nowhere near in the top 10 all-time in assist averages? That goes to ball dominance and longevity. And the thing is, all of these guys, Trae Young, it's different with Trae because he plays in today's era, so his scoring is going to be high. But Magic, John, Oscar, LeBron kind of plays like Oscar Robertson. So in terms of that type of basketball, Oscar was pretty efficient with it. And the thing is, with the amount of mid-range shots, but I know he wants to play with Bronny. LeBron is a good all-around player who had longevity on his side, nothing more, nothing less. Agreed. Which is also why LeBron's mid-range game suffered, didn't have to. When he needed a post game, he picked to death. He would kill in the post today. Oh, yeah, LeBron would be killing in the post, which I don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, look who's number 11th. If it ain't Russell Westbrook. 11th all-time in assists, 8.39. Huh. And he just passed Gary Payton against the Brooklyn Nets to move into the top 10. He just passed Gary Payton in career assists, right? Norm Nixon, 12th all-time, 8.32. Tim Hardaway, Gary Payton's assists went down due to the fact that he became a role player. Tim Hardaway, 8.1. Darren Williams, 8. Kevin Porter, 8. Luka Doncic, 8. Mark Jackson, almost 8. Rajon Rondo, almost 8. Guy Rogers, 19th. Stephon Marbury, 20th all-time in assists. Stephon Marbury is 20th all-time in assists, ladies and gentlemen. 20th. Bro, and actually look, and LeBron is actually now 24th now because LeBron's career assist totals is, well, he got a couple of more assists, but check it out. LeBron is 27th all-time in assists at 7.3. And part of the reason that he's gone down, because he was 24th. The problem is because he's increased his shot attempts, his assists are a little bit down. His assists are actually down. So that's the thing I've been trying to tell people. These 10,338 assists are cumulative assists. And look how many games he's done that in. John Stockton got more assists in almost 100 more games. Let me see. How many has LeBron played? 1,407 to 1,504. Wow. That's 97 games. So you mean to tell me John Stockton racked up 4,000 assists in 97 more games played? That just goes to show you. Bro, LeBron is 27th all-time in assists, in assist average. And that's all this is. This is all about the GOAT. This is all about the GOAT debate. This whole scoring record is to put LeBron as he's the greatest Laker, to try to convince that, well, if he's in the greatest Laker, that puts him in the conversation for greatest player of all time. That's what really this is all about. But that's what's happening. That's what's happened. It's been too much overhype. Too much overhype. Guys, continue to hit that like button. Hit that like button. problem is that when he deserves his praise, there's no doubt we should give it to him. But too much overhype happens on his part, which is why people sometimes get tired of it. So yeah, once again, let me just say this. Two guys with amazing careers, but I just proved to you when it came to the all-time assist mark, LeBron is 27th all-time. He gets so praised about his all-time assists, and yet he's just barely above the top 30. So that just shows you proof. Oh yeah, are you kidding me? And now we got to go to scoring because LeBron says he wants to be mentioned among the great scorers. But check this out. Scoring leaders all time. LeBron James is 88 points away from the all-time record, right? Now let's go to scoring average. Let's go to scoring average. All right, let me look for this real quick before I end the video. He's not the greatest Laker player of all time. I know they're going to try to push it, but that just ain't going to happen. How come they don't show their scoring average? Yeah, LeBron is second all time, 38,299 points. So he's 88 points away from the record, 89 to break it. Oh, look, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share another list. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing this one. And I'm going to share the next one so that I can prove to you. We're going to share the screen again. Check this out. Hit the like button. Now we're going to go here. And if we take a look, here, who's number one? Michael Jordan. Look at his scoring average, 30.12 points per game. Right? He's number one. LeBron's about to be the all-time leading scorer, but his points per game tells you that Michael Jordan is actually number one. Doesn't show that. Number two, Wilt Chamberlain, 30.07 points per game. So he's number two. Elgin Baylor is number three, 27.3. Kevin Durant, 27.2. He's fourth. Would you look at that? It's LeBron James. LeBron James is at 27.22 points per game. He's fifth. Like I said, the pros and cons of longevity. Deserves the praise for how long he's played. But when you look at the statistics and you look at per game averages and you look at peak, LeBron James is not at the top. So I ask you again, what is he great at? He's not the greatest scorer. He's the greatest longevity scorer, but the greatest scorer is still Michael Jordan by average. LeBron is the greatest longevity. He'll become the greatest longevity scorer, but he's fifth all time in scoring average. LeBron fans would have you thinking he's the number one all time leading, has the number one average all time, but he's fifth. And then they put up his assists like if he's the number one assist man, but he's 27th all time in average, even though he's fourth all time in totals, which is why I said context matters. So my thing is LeBron is what you call a jack of all trades. He's good at many things, but he's not the greatest at any of them. LeBron is not the greatest passer. That's Irvin Magic Johnson, the Michael Jordan of assists. LeBron is not the greatest scorer. That belongs to Michael Jordan. He averages 30.12 points per game. Magic Johnson averages 11.1 assists per game. And I said it before and I'll say it again. LeBron James never averaged 10 rebounds in a season in a league that doesn't have big men. Think about that. Why doesn't LeBron average 10 rebounds in a league that doesn't have big men? Cumulative rebounds is another thing. And I said it before. Jordan still has more offensive rebounds than LeBron James at this point in his career, and he's played 20 years. And Larry Bird averaged 10 for his career. He averaged 10 rebounds for his career. So that also goes to show you that his cumulative statistics don't really hold as much weight as people think they do. He's not one of the greatest rebounders because he doesn't even average 8 for his career. Larry Bird averaged 10. Then on top of that, LeBron James is fifth all-time in scoring. But even if he's second all-time in total points, he's fifth all-time in scoring, and he's 27th in assists per game, despite becoming fourth on the all-time assist list. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is all of these, that should tell you something. And the thing is, in the NBA Finals, LeBron James averages 28 points per game. That's impressive. But Michael Jordan averages 33.6 in the finals. That tells you that as good as Michael is in the regular season, he's even better in the playoffs. Not saying that LeBron isn't great in the playoffs, but compared to Jordan, 33.6 in the NBA Finals? That just lets you know right there, man. Jay says they can't push it, though. Magic and Kareem are alive. Both will talk Kobe, too. Magic gave Kobe the keys. Kareem knows the Bryant family personally. Yeah, they can try. But I remember when Kobe was retiring. I remember I also remember how he got his flowers. If you listen to what Kareem said, Magic called Kobe the greatest Laker. You know, that's another video that I actually want to make. Because I think it's time that we need to debunk something. And I'm going to stop sharing. Because look, LeBron is not even ahead of guys like Nate Tiny Archibald, Johnny Moore, Ricky Rubio, Bob Cousy, Muggsy Bogues averaged 7.5 assists for his career. Hell, LeBron isn't even better than Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons averages 7.5 for his career. So what I'm basically saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is what I said, that LeBron is a jack of all trades. He's good at many things, but he's not the greatest at really anything. I'm honestly believing that the hype is probably going to die down by the time that Bron retires. People might not think so, but Because the thing is, if people dive deep into his stats, they're going to say, well, if he do that, how come his averages? People are going to start asking, like, if they look at his totals and they're like, wow, he must have been really good in his prime when it came to his averages. But then you look at his averages and you're like, wait, why is his average low when you feel like they should be higher? Like, I don't understand that. Why is it low? Yeah, I get it. And I said I was actually gonna get off the stream, but I just realized that I had to show the assist and the scoring average in terms of to expose that whole pass first score, thing. So in closing, I want to thank everybody for coming on this for coming out. Like I said, I am going to be making again another live stream video tomorrow. Not going to be doing games, and this time I'm going to try to get people to come on. I'm going to be dropping the link. Zeddy, be available tomorrow because I'm going to be looking for you. So make sure you get that. Oh, Lenny, they always said LeBron was a walking triple double, but that's another thing. Doesn't LeBron have, I think, 100 triple doubles now? So it's like they're going to use all of these like cumulative statistics too to say, look at that, man. Look at that. LeBron got over 100 triple doubles. LeBron is the all-time leader in points. He's fourth in assists and all that. And it's just like, man, it's like it's almost like you can't even dissect. But yeah, so be ready for tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna call it a night. Take care. We're gonna be back with another live stream. I'm gonna talk about Carmelo Anthony tomorrow. Might even talk about another team or something, and then we're gonna call it that, man. So appreciate you guys. Bless up, man. As always. Final saying is, LeBron, congratulations on your accomplishments. You've had one hell of a career, but all you're doing is fooling the Laker and your cult fan base with your stupid nonsense. They really believe that you want to win when you said this a long time ago. My legacy is set. If I win, it's just icing on the cake. Basically, is I'm going to try to get one championship if I can to get the Laker fans off my back for saying that I didn't win one because they weren't really impressed with my past resume for what I did for Cleveland and Miami. And I said the reason they weren't going to be impressed, LeBron, is because you thought you could come with that resume to the Lakers when they've already seen 16 championships. You see the amount of viewers right now that I have, 17? That was the last championship that you guys gave of the bubble. And it's like I said before, it is crucial for LeBron to win another title here to eliminate that bubble championship. Because if he doesn't ever win one again in Lakerland, because also remember this, people, as I close. LeBron James tried to steal the thunder of the Rams to have a championship parade with the 2020 Dodgers. Remember? The 2020 Dodgers and the 2020 Lakers, both teams won during the pandemic. The Rams won in a real season. And the Lakers were struggling so bad. What was LeBron doing? He was praising Sam Presti of the OKC Thunder, saying that's a real general manager, throwing Rob Pelinka under the bus. Then he said, we need to have a championship parade with the 2020 Dodgers. Look, and ask yourself this. The Dodgers, what have they done since they won their bubble World Series? They've done nothing neither. Right? You see? What have the Dodgers done since they've won their bubble title? Nothing. Which is why if the Lakers haven't done anything, if the Dodgers haven't done anything, that year is going to get exposed more and more and more that either of those teams win any more world championships. Not that Orlando bubble and not that Florida championship that the Dodgers played in. Those championships were won in Florida. And I'm going to give praise to the 35th hardest championship won in NBA history? No. The least watched NBA finals in NBA history? No. But again, congratulations to LeBron, and shout out to the Lakers for winning tonight's game against the New York Knicks. So I'll give you guys props. It's just not going to be the props that you think that I'm going to give you because, quite honestly, you should have beat that team. They were missing 3 starters. I mean, they were missing their center. But anyway, guys, have a wonderful night. Appreciate you on the next one. As always, bless up, live, laugh, love. We stream together. We chat together with family for life. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I am gone. Take care.
So many times, and I just wish they would just stop. You know what I mean? Just stop. I mean, he was, Michael Jordan. I'm Kobe Bryant. I mean, we're 2 different players, and I wish people would just let it go. It really annoys me because you can't compare